Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jace. Thank you for checking out my video, and this is going to be my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4, Episode 10. Alright, y'all, let's jump right into this shit. Episode opens up. This ain't gonna be too long, because I'm tired of talking about these motherfuckers. The name of the episode was called Spirit Animal, and you're right, it ain't shit but some goddamn animals. Anyway, opens up with A1 and Cisco. Like, these punks have met up at some punk bar, and they're just A1 is still talking about his phones jumping off the hook because he got all these hits up on the billboards and all of this bullshit. Cisco is venting about his situation with Tierra and how stressful it's become since he's been in Hollywood dealing with her and her drunk antics and her bullshit ass friends. So all of a sudden, this is where the bullshit came in. All of a sudden, Moniece and Nia walk in. Moniece says that Cisco posted something on Instagram and posted his location with it, so they decide to pop up to confront him. Who the fuck does that? In real world, who does that? And what did Cisco post? A selfie with A1 talking about they at the bar? Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, that's some setup bullshit from Mona and them. Playing on our intelligence once again. Anyway, these two bitches show up to basically confront Cisco about taking Tierra to the detox clinic. And really, I wouldn't even call it a detox. It's literally vitamins that it was like vitamins for a hangover. Why? I'm gonna call it detox because that's what they was calling it. To go get a detox, and she basically needs something stronger than that, such as a full-on rehab. So they're pissed at him because he did that, and the main point of them coming to him was pretty much to get his support as far as staging this intervention with Tierra, and just to make sure that he was on track with, helping Tierra out if he's really there for her, to help her out with the situation, because she's definitely going through some kind of alcoholism. So we all knew that was some bullshit last week when he agreed to do it, but we always know Cisco got some kind of ulterior motive. So anyway, he flips the script on them and starts going off on them, talking about, well, I done been here fucking 3 weeks and I done already did something. Y'all ain't been here at all. Or y'all been here this whole time. Y'all ain't did shit. And like flips the script on them. Then Moniece breaks out into this cry, talking about, my family is in shambles due to some alcoholism going on with one of my family members. And she needs more. I'm telling you, she needs more. I'm like, really, Moniece? She was actually crying. She's a damn good actress because tears were falling out. So I guess I'll give you that, Moniece. But anyway, she really does care. I could tell her and Nia really do care about Tierra and her well-being because they are friends. And, Cisco, I don't fuck with Cisco. Anyway, during this scene also, A1 is standing here and he's hearing all this shit going on, and he's like, yo, like, Tierra's actually been in my house and she's drunk a whole bottle of Honey Jack, so, she may have a problem, you know what I'm saying? And then these girls are saying it on top of that, so, she may actually need some help. And Tierra, if you're doing all that bullshit, girl, you really need some help, honey. Anyway, that was the end of that scene. We go on to this big nose bitch Hazel and her punk ass boyfriend Rose Burgundy. She's doing a photo shoot for this girl code shit, which I still don't get this fucking girl code thing. She's sitting there with this ridiculous wig on, doing a photo shoot. Rose Burgundy is actually in the photos with her, but she starts talking this shit, and I don't know what happened because we ain't seen this bitch in a couple weeks as far as having a role or any really part of the storyline or whatever since the first episode. But she's like, he's cramping my style and shit like that. And I'm thinking like, well, what the fuck is what happened? We don't really know. So the photographer asked him to step out the picture and shit. And he's like, oh, Hazel, are you sure that's something you want to do? And she's like, yeah, unless you're going to put some makeup on or whatever, this girl called makeup on, then, you go ahead and step out the picture. She's like being real nasty to him and shit. And he's just kind of like, asked her like, yo, is this the Hazel E show or the Hayes and Rose show? What's going on? Because I guess he's getting a little confused about it. She's like, yo, this has always been the Hazel show. Don't ever let this shit get you twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. Don't big up yourself like that, motherfucker. Like, this is always about Hazel because I'm the one paying the motherfucking bills. So basically, Hazel, your old ass, because I told this bitch is almost 40. And he's like mid-20s or some shit. So you basically tricking off just to have this motherfucker on your side and to basically run his motherfucking ass. So basically, that whole scene, because I'm not gonna get this bitch too much time. Basically, the whole scene, we find out that she's a trick and she's just been taking care of this dude, and he's getting on her motherfucking nerves. Next scene, Solo Lucci. This is like where okay, Solo Lucci is doing an interview, standing up in some little bootleg looking radio station. They don't even have chairs. So everybody's just kind of standing around at this table with these microphones. He's doing an interview. I don't know why he deserves to be interviewed to be on the radio. Like, who the fuck is he? I don't know shit about him. Maybe he's big in LA or some shit like that. But actually, he's just moved there from Atlanta. So maybe he's big in Atlanta. Or, I don't fucking know who the fuck he is. Anyway, motherfucking Alexis bust into the interview because you remember the bitch almost got attacked last week and was fucking shook last week because his baby mama tried to get her ass. So she ain't been able to find him. So she thought it was appropriate to bust into the interview to confront him about the shit. So she bust her punk ass in. How about you got me fucked up? That bitch done fucking came and tried to attack me and shit like that. You told me you was gonna get that bitch. And all of this bullshit. And then the next thing I know, she calls him all kind of bitches and shit. And she's like, I can't wait to shit on you. And at this point, he's being really cool. You know, he wasn't being disrespectful, but once she start calling him bitches and talk about she's gonna shit on him, he's fucking told this bitch, he said, you ain't nothing but a pass around. You ain't got nothing but a motherfucker pass around pussy, bitch. Everybody knows it. I said, ooh. That's when she started going off and started trying to fight him and shit. And then all of a sudden in her confessionals, he's a bum ass nigga and, oh yeah, he needs me, I don't need him and all of this shit. So all of a sudden he's a motherfucking bum because you busted in the fucking interview that he was doing, showed your motherfucking ass, and he told you had to pass around pussy. Now he's a bum and he needs you and you know. But you're the one pressed about him and trying to find him and all this shit. Alexis is a dumbass bitch and I'm sick of this whore. So then this bitch goes and meets up with, so they're allegedly broken up. So she goes up and meets with Lyrica and she's crying her eyes out and shit, talking about she can't believe that he would do that to her and that he told her that he loved her. Bitch, he loved fucking you and bitch loved the idea of being with Alexis Sky and bitch using you to get put on. That's all I took from the shit because I don't know who the fuck Solo Lucci is. Bitch, actually, I don't even know who the fuck you are, but the only reason I know about you is because of Masika. But anyway, yeah. She's crying to Lyrica about this shit, and wig still ridiculous. It was kind of lopsided and shit. The hair was under the lace, so you could see. Oh, it was just like, if this bitch don't get it together, I'm so fucking tired of this dumbass bitch. That's all we saw that episode. Thank God, because I'm done with her. So then let's move on. We had this next little scene with Chanel West Coast in the studio with Safari, and she's recording a song called New Bay. It was trash, of course. She looks, I'm not even gonna get on her looks right now, but she definitely needs to work on her wardrobe. And you remember last episode, Safari had asked Hazel, hey, can you help her out with her appearance and shit because excuse me, y'all. Because Hazel is like this bad bitch or whatever, because, you know, she likes to, you know, show up in helicopters and furs and shit. So he wants her to help. He wants Hazel to help Chanel with her appearance and shit like that. So she comes to the studio session and she's already like throwing shade and shit at her, talking about, yeah, we need to get you a hood look and, you know, you want to be hood and shit, but we're going to have to get you an appearance. Like, just being shady and shit. Anyway, I'm really petty. Did anyone else notice that Safari had on the same exact outfit that he had on when he was on the Wendy Williams show. Even the shiny ass shoes, because I have those same shoes with the studs on it. So I noticed it when I saw him on Wendy Williams, and then he also had on the same shoes. Oh damn, there go those shoes again. But then I noticed like the suit that he had on, and I was like, damn, ain't that the same suit that he wore with it? So I like went on YouTube because I'm petty. I went on YouTube and looked at the clip, and it's like the same motherfucking suit and shoes. So I don't know if it's recorded the same day or what. But Safari, you can't be doing that bullshit. You know everybody watch Wendy Williams and shit, and then we gonna see you on this shit. You gotta change at least the motherfucking suit. Like you can wear the shoes, but the suit, or swap up some shit. I think he did change the white shirt that he had, but I was like, okay, you sat on the same suit and the same motherfucking shoes. Random as fuck. I know I'm petty. I noticed the shit. Anyway, so Hazel is supposed to be doing this photo shoot or video shoot with Chanel West Coast, so she's supposed to be coming there to help out, do the fashion and shit like that. Just offer her input, aka drama. Moving the fuck on. Get to Keisha Cole and Masika and Nia. This is another one of the created scenes of Mona Scott Young. Keisha, okay, now we do know that Keisha and Zell are client relationship. He's her stylist, allegedly. I don't even want to call it because I don't believe that shit because I don't see stylist whatsoever from Zell. But anyway, he's supposed to be Keisha's stylist. Masika and Zell have their friendship. So they put this scene together. Keisha looks like she's maybe met Masika once or twice in passing, but they tried to make it seem like they were really cool and they're up like getting these massages and shit. And Nia, I could tell she never even met Nia either. That's just what I was getting. But Keisha, like, she doesn't, like, they're putting her in these scenes with people, and it's like she doesn't really know them. And it's so obvious, and she's not really interested in any of the drama or the bullshit that they have to talk about with her. And it's evident because every time she's with them, she's like, yo, we're not doing petty. We're not going to be petty. We just going to be cool. I'm not getting in that. But Masika, she's pretty much talking about Zell and trying to figure out how to go about her relationship with Zell. And Keisha's like, yo, you just got to let that shit go. Like, don't be mad at him because Ray's the one that started the shit. Which Masika was like, yeah, I'm actually more mad at Ray because he was actually working. And, this was supposed to be his event. His name is on it as well. So Keisha was like, yo, just cut the bullshit out. I don't give a fuck about it. Nia brings up the shit with Tierra Marie and their shit with Cisco. I don't get Nia's position this season. Like, she's just kind of there. She don't really have a storyline of her own, so she's just kind of like co-signing on everybody else's storylines and being like these supportive friends. Like your Brooks friend, your Monice's friend. Like, you just kind of in on the bullshit. Tierra's friend, you just kind of in on the sidelines offering input. She don't have shit of her own going on. By the way, what happened to her and Soulja Boy? I'm sure, I knew that shit was a wrap anyway, but like, she ain't date nobody else or nothing. Anyway, moving the fuck on, we get to the studio. Cisco's in the studio with Tierra, and Tierra's like recording a song, and it actually sounded really nice. And like, I've always been a fan of Tierra's voice. I really want her to like come out and win. Like, she really has a nice voice. The song was nice that she was recording. So they take a little break or whatever, and this is when the bitch assness came out of Cisco once again. So he tells her like, hey, your girls came to me and they're pretty much saying that you have a problem with your drinking and shit like that. And she's like, wait a minute. Like, well, what did you say? Like, in my defense, this punk like popped the fuck off on her, like went off. It's like, don't ever question me. And she's like, wait a minute, like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm leaving. He's like, yo, come here. And like starts going off and shit. And she's like, yo, like, I just want to know, like, what the fuck did you say in my defense? You know what I mean? Like, that's like the normal thing to say. He just fucking went off on her, and like, he's going off in the hall. The fucking security didn't have to pull him back because security. Even in New York when he's on that shit, like when he's getting into it with these females, like the security is already there because they know that he will beat a female's ass, and it's so evident. Like, if security went there, he would probably attack this bitch, beating, snatched her up and choked her or something. That's just what kind of tea he gives. Anyway, security's holding him back. Tierra's kind of standing there, looking scared and shit. he's fucking going off talking about your friends ain't your motherfucking friends, and like he's forgetting his lines. It was so evident too if you watch this shit. He's sitting there, he can't even remember his lines. He's like stuttering, and it's like I don't know if he was drunk. It just he was really off and forgetting his lines and bullshit like that. Next thing we see with Tierra, she's confronting Nia and Moniece about going to Cisco about her alleged problem and shit. So she's in denial, and they're like, "Yo, Tierra, like we just went to him because he said that you came crying to him about needing help and shit like that." She was like, "Yeah, I did, but like I went to go get a detox," and they're like, "No, Tierra, like you need more than just a detox, like, but you need you need full rehab." And she's like, "No, I do not have a problem, and I don't appreciate y'all bitches going to my fucking boyfriend to talk about this shit." So they're going back and forth, and Tierra's really defensive and shit, and Nia was like, "Bitch, have you even had a drink today?" And Tierra's like, "No, bitch." She's like, I don't wake up every morning with a motherfucking fifth to my mouth." And Moniece was like, "Yeah, I get that shit." Moniece is so fucking condescending too. She's like, "Yo, I get that, but we just feel that you have a problem, Tierra, and you're really defensive." Like, Moniece gives that bullshit. And T was wrong because like the way the Cisco told the story was like they came to him gossiping pretty much behind her back about Tierra and her drinking problem, saying this bitch got a problem and, like pretty much talking shit about her. That's how it was presented to Tierra, which eventually will come out. But, Cisco's a fucking punk ass bitch. And he's just he's messier than the females at this point. Yeah, so Tierra's gonna have to eat that shit up and apologize later. But she pretty much stormed off from them hoes, and that was the end of actually all of them for the rest of the episode. Next scene we see with Cisco, he's walking down a hotel hallway with like this gift bag in his hand, and he walks into the room and he's like, "Yo, can you put this on for me?" But at the same time, like we don't see who this is, who he's giving the bag to. Some chick, wow, I don't even feel like talking about this. Some bitch walks out of the bathroom. Some bitch that they're gonna add to create some drama walks out of the bathroom. It's not Tierra, some other bitch wearing some lingerie that he done bought. He's laying across the bed and shit. She's a really pretty chick, but I could tell this bitch is psychotic. She comes and gets on top of him and talking about, "Do you love me?" And, Cisco don't play that love shit because Tierra's been doing that and he ain't repeated shit back to her. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, we just having fun." I'm not in love with nobody and shit like that. So this is basically a bitch that he just fucks around with from time to time. He said he uses her to relieve stress. And ever since that he's been on the West Coast with Tierra, it's been too much motherfucking drama. He wasn't dealing with that when they were on the East Coast together. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. He said he's tired of dealing with Tierra. No, I know exactly. Let me go back. I know exactly what he said was ever since when they were on the East Coast, they didn't have these kind of problems. However, once they got to the West Coast, all of these skeletons started falling out of her closet, referring to her alcoholism. And I'm thinking, like, Cisco, didn't you just tell us the first time you were on this show, the Hollywood side, that you went through rehab and you've been there and done that too. So why would you say that all of her skeletons are falling out of the closet, like as if you hadn't had problems yourself? And you say you have a problem getting out the motherfucking bed every morning. So like you have shit going on with yourself too, motherfucker. So yeah, I didn't like that he said that, talking about her. She got skeletons and shit falling out the closet. Like you ain't had when you didn't told us yourself you didn't gone through rehab and did all that shit. So you got skeletons too, bitch. Anyway, that's the end of Uncle Fester and his bullshit. So next week we supposed to see what the fuck her and Tierra are supposed to cross paths. What's that girl's name? Amber. Amber and Sierra are supposed to be crossing paths next week about and arguing over Uncle Fester. Moving the fuck on. Alright. Moniece and her girlfriend AD are out having dinner. And she's just venting to AD about the situation with Tierra and how Tierra went off on her. I should have said that was an end of Monique's. That actually wasn't. But this scene was really short. So they're having dinner and she's talking to AD about the situation that happened with Tierra and how Tierra went off on her or whatever. All of a sudden, motherfucking Ray pops, like storms in. Literally storms in. And they're like, what are you doing here? Like, we supposed to be meeting up for hookah later on. Why the fuck are you popping up in a restaurant? You know, it was weird as fuck. And it was so Queen-like how he did it. And they said that he turns into Rachel when he becomes drama instead of just Ray. I was like, okay, why are we doing all this bullshit? Like, why are they perpetuating like these stereotypes? I'm just like, every fucking gay man. Like, why do we gotta get these punks? Like, I just don't understand. Anyway, he's going off about he needed to talk to them. He couldn't wait until hookah because he needed to talk to them about Masika and the whole event and how Masika is keeping this wild animal around her. He really needs to figure out what's going on. And they was basically like, well, bitch, you was the one acting up at the fucking event. And he's like, this was some more setup bullshit. Monique is like, well, you know, she's supposed to be going to get her nails done with Zell tomorrow. And at so-and-so. And Ray was like, well, bitch, that's our thing that we do. Like, I don't know why she would be taking Zell to do that. That's our thing. AKA, this is the way that Ray found out that Masika and Zell were meeting up. So we're going to go ahead and set this up now. So it all kind of connects when Ray pops in on fucking Masika. And that's exactly what happened. Masika and Zell meet up at the salon. And Zell is apologizing or whatever for his bullshit at the event last week. Climbing on top of the motherfucking tables like a goddamn animal and shit. Next thing you know, Ray fucking storms into this scene as well. I'm like, bitch, is this what you do? You just show up and pop up on motherfuckers? Anyway, he shows up talking about, well, like, I see you out, you know, getting your nails done and shit. This is our shit. Like, why are you with this wild animal? This is our thing. You know, if you're going to be adopting pets from the fucking Humane Society, at least get a motherfucker that's tame. Zell's punk ass sitting there talking about, bitch, come suck these toes. And Ray said, girl, I don't suck toes, Eddie. But anyway, he called him a wild motherfucking animal or some shit. And he was like, and he belongs in the zoo and shit. And fucking Ray, no, Zell was like, well, what kind of animal, how would you describe me, you know, from the other night then? He said, and Ray says, well, it was something like a Tasmanian devil that, next thing you know, fucking Zell storms across the fucking salon trying to jump on Ray. Ray's face was literally like, Ray, that wasn't a good look, bitch. Like, if you're gonna be a bad bitch and try to, you know, jump into some shit with Zell, like, bitch, you can't be sitting there looking scared in a motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you look like a bitch. Anyway, Zell actually looked more ridiculous in my eyes because he ends up tripping over a fucking table and, like, falling on the floor and then cut his fucking leg up. And he's sitting there bleeding and shit. End of that bullshit. Let's get to this video shoot. And this is about fucking it. Because I'm tired of talking about these motherfuckers already. They got on my goddamn nerves this week. This was a very boring episode. So we get to the video shoot. Safari is there already. It's like in some kind of, it looks like a fucking junkyard. Dirt ground, you know, dirt all over the ground and shit. These two lowriders and these ratchet ass looking dancers in these cheap ass outfits. And Hazel's there talking about, yeah, I'm ready to get this shit popping. Like, you know, I guess I could give her a little bit of my time, you know. Like, she's doing fucking Chanel West Coast a favor by helping her out with the video. And I guess she's turned into, like, the director of the video. And Safari is like, well, you know, like, I just invited her here to help. You know what I mean? Like, not to take over the bullshit. Anyway, he's like, yo, I didn't even get, like, no treatment for the video. Because, you know, kind of create a treatment. That's typically what people do, you know, when you doing a video, like, so everybody kind of knows what the fuck is going to happen. You don't just show up to a set and then it's like, oh, do this, you know. It's not how it goes. You usually do a treatment and then you send it to everybody so they know what the fuck is going on. So he's like, yo, I never got a treatment for it. You know, what's going on? Like, I'm just kind of here. And he was like, well, did Chanel even get one? Because this is her video. So she's like, no, I'm just going to take charge and pretty much just do this shit, you know, by hand. So obviously, like, this bitch doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. So Chanel shows up and, like, she looks basic as fuck. She's kind of looking like Fergie. It's kind of like a Fergie look, but very cheap. And Chanel's like, yo, what's up? Like, I didn't get a treatment. You know, I don't know what's going on. And Hazel's like, okay. And lights just started being shady. And I'm like, she's just trying to get scenes and get time and beat drama. And like, this is Chanel's fucking video. You know what I mean? So Hazel was like, okay, well, you're going to have to do this choreography and we're going to put you in this and all that. And Chanel's like, look, I'm not practicing, and like, you didn't tell me anything about choreography. Like, that's not what I plan on doing, so I'm not doing that. Then they got like the stylist or whatever that's like trying to put her in some red bandana. She's like, look, I already got on a rollie. Like, I'm not putting that bullshit on. Get the fuck out of here. So Hazel kind of blew that off. So then she starts recording the song or recording the video, and Hazel just cuts it, and she was like, yo, your choreographers are doing, you know, an actual dance, and you're just kind of there, you know, I need you to do this choreography. That's what Chanel was like, bitch, fuck you, your big nose, and your motherfucking choreography. Bitch, you didn't send me a motherfucking treatment. I'm not learning no motherfucking choreography in this dirt, and I got on heels and shit. Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? She said, you're unprofessional and shit. Bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And Hazel was sitting there looking stupid. But see, when bitches get gathered like that, the only thing they can do to think of, or only thing they can think of to do is to like fucking pop off. So that's exactly what she tried to do, because she was sitting there looking stupid because, bitch, you got called out and you look ridiculous. So she tried to fight Chanel and kind of ruined her video shoot. But then on top of that, after she got gathered up by Chanel, all of a sudden they start playing one of Hazel's songs, and she starts doing this ridiculous routine, this choreography with her dancers. So I guess she was like, okay, well, bitch, I'm gonna just turn this into my video shoot then. And Chanel and Safari sitting there and just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And then that was pretty much that. And actually, the song that Hazel started playing, which was her own, was worse than fucking Chanel's song. I like Chanel's song better than Hazel. Hazel, I haven't heard you put out anything that was at least worthy of me listening to more than 30 seconds of. Everything that you've recorded ever in all of these years since season 1, bitch, has been straight trash. Your performances are trash. And she keeps making these little Beyonce references, talking about I need everybody in formation. And you remember when she did her first performance, she was talking about Beyonce and shit. Like, bitch, what? It was even a part of her rap. Like, bitch, you are not Beyonce. You don't compare. You don't compete where you don't compare. Ain't that what they say? Bitch, get your big nose ass out of here, you and Rose Burgundy. Take his motherfucking ass. And oh yeah, she had him. He was supposed to be like the guy, the new bae. That was the name of the song. He's supposed to be the new bae in the video. Bye. That's all that happened this fucking episode. These motherfuckers are starting to get on my goddamn nerves. Hazel, we don't need her. Like, I don't see her point. She's useless. Rose Burgundy is useless. Alexis Sky is useless. Solo Lucci is useless. At this point, Ray and Princess are useless. I haven't seen them in 3 weeks. Like, you got all these goddamn people in here, and there's no storylines. We didn't see Brooke and her boyfriend or what's his name, Marcus. We didn't see them this week either. Yeah, it's getting kind of like the only real storylines that are going on are Brooke and Marcus with that shit. Oh, I forgot to talk about A1. Damn, it's 30 minutes. Fuck. A1 meets up with Keisha Cole at the studio. They're recording her song. Actually just going over some ideas as far as this song that he's supposed to be doing with her. Lyrica shows up in a motherfucking hoodie, like an orange hoodie and some heels. And one of A1's like choker pieces. These motherfuckers share jewelry. It's evident. They got the same black nail polish. Let me go back. All right, so she pops up in the studio pretty much because he canceled the session with her to do the session with Keisha. So she pops up and she don't get crazy with Keisha because Keisha beat her motherfucking ass. So and nobody's really trying it with Keisha because I guess and everybody keeps putting Keisha Cole up on this pedestal like she is fucking above Love and Hip Hop, but she's on there, and I don't know, they just keep putting her, like, even A1, like, when he's talking about her, like, yeah, like, if Keisha Cole calls you, like, that's something major, and I'm like, Keisha ain't that hot, you know what I mean, like, Nicki Minaj or, somebody like that then fucking hit you up talking about doing a song. Who the fuck is Keisha Cole? Anyway, she starts going off on him, Lyrica, going off on A1, talking about breaking out in tears. Actually, it wasn't even a tear that fell on her face, talking about starts bringing up how she's giving up so much to be with A1 and how he's excluding her from the studio, and like when she got started, she let him come in and help write, and now she feels that he should be doing that with her, like she should be helping write for Keisha Cole and shit like that, and starts going off about that shit. But and I really don't even remember too much of that conversation because I was so focused on his jewelry. He had on all these pearl chokers and brooches and the black nails, and like she had matching black nails and like this choker piece. So I'm just so focused on this goddamn jewelry. I couldn't even focus on what the fuck they were talking about, honestly. All I remember is her coming, like she left out and then she came back in and he apologized for it, and she said something about a Chanel bag. I guess she was gonna borrow one of his, and that was pretty much the fuck it. But Lyrica, I'm starting not to really like you. Actually, I think I like her. I just don't like how she's being portrayed this season. She was really likable last season. She was really sweet, and it seems like every scene that we get with you this season has just been bullshit. Like you're coming off as cuckoo. Don't let Mona and them fuck your brand up, girl. But anyway, y'all, that was it for this episode. I will see y'all next week. Bye.